Anyways, we're gonna moving past that. We're gonna do Universal rides tier list because I've ridden like all of them except for maybe 2. Because I went to Epic Universe this weekend and honestly, it's not that good. So honestly, in my opinion, Epic Universe is okay, but I don't mind. Like, it was fun when I went because it was preview, so it wasn't that busy and blah 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 whatever. But it's just so empty. Like, there's not much to do outside of rides, which is kind of like meh. Like, the food is okay. The food is good for Universal. It's better than like the other Universal foods, but I was expecting more. I don't know. It was very hyped. And then I was expecting the rides were fun, but the things to do between the rides, there was literally a point where I was just sitting in one of the restaurants on my phone, like waiting to go on a ride because I was like, the ride was delayed. So in F tier, we have Fast and Furious because it's the most shit ride I've ever been on. And so anything even close to Fast and Furious is going in the Fast and Furious tier because Fast and Furious is awful. And then we have I waited 90 minutes for this. AC was great. So like maybe the ride wasn't that good, but like walking through it was a good reprieve from the summer heat. We got ride broke down, but they gave me an express pass because this happens to a lot of good rides. So like this is kind of like my B tier. So you have like FD. I don't know. This is around like CB tier. So this is like the ride is probably good, and like maybe I did ride it. Maybe the ride is good, but it broke down or it breaks down a lot, and therefore they give me an express pass. Okay, there's Worth Waiting For. Standard One of the Mill. It's a good attraction. I would ride it once a day. Depending on the wait time, but probably worth it if it's like under 2 hours. You have I would ride this 5 times in a row. I have some rides like this. I would ride this 5 times in a row. And then SSS tier, Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster is the best ride I've ever been on. Velocicoaster is definitely going here, but anything comparable to Velocicoaster will also go here. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm just gonna go there. There's Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat is not a good ride, but the AC is great. So basically, Cat in the Hat sucks. It's a really shit ride. It's really outdated and old and kind of freaky, but every time I ride it, it's really cold. So I kind of go there when I want to like get out of the heat and like enjoy some inside air. And Cat in the Hat never has a long wait. It's usually only like 10-15 minutes, if even. Most of the time it's just a walk on. So I do Cat in the Hat when I want AC. So this one, AC is great. Ride not good. AC great. You have Donkey Kong. So I actually did not ride Donkey Kong in Orlando. I rode Donkey Kong in Japan. So technically, I'm lying on my tier list by rating this one. But it wasn't open the day I went to Epic Universe, and I do know that it's basically the same ride as the one in Japan, so I'm rating it based on that. It's pretty fun. Kind of gives you a headache, throws you around a lot, but I think it's worth waiting for. I think Donkey Kong, especially because Epic Universe only has 3 roller coasters, and this is one of them. So Donkey Kong, I think, is worth waiting for. It's pretty fun. It's not like I would have waited for it if it was open, but it was not open when I went. Now we have Doom. Contrary to popular belief, it's not a drop ride. It like launches you up. It's called Fearfall, but it's not even about falling. It fucking throws you in the air. And then after it throws you in the air, then it kind of like bounces down. Like it kind of goes like doo, boo, boo. And it honestly, okay, listen. I like drop tower rides when they go up slowly and drop you. I don't like this launch. I don't like that it throws you in the air. It makes my stomach hurt really bad, and even though I like thrilling rides, this is one that I actually don't think I would ride again. So I'm going to put it in, I waited 90 minutes for this. Okay, E.T. E.T.'s going in AC was great because also E.T. smells really good. E.T. smells like clean chlorinated water. It smells like a pool on a summer day. The ride is mid. E.T. ride is like, it's cute to ride like once. Like if you're on like a date or something, it's a cute ride to ride. E.T. has good AC. E.T. smells really good. E.T. ride is not, I don't ride it every time I go to Universal. When I go, I ride it here and there. I ride it every like few times I go to Universal because I'm like, It's not like thrilling, but it feels nice when it's hot out and you want to go inside. Okay, so Fast and Furious has its own rank because it's the most shit ride I have ever been on in my life. The line walkthrough is pretty cool because you get to see a bunch of like props from the movie of like cars and stuff like that. But so when you get on, it's just screens. Like you're on a bus, you ride through like a street, and then it's a screen. And on the screen, you got like, you know, all the actors. The story is stupid. They're like running away from these people that are coming after them because it's family. So they have to get away because they're family. And then it loops around to another screen. And then it does this sequence where it like there's a screen playing and it's supposed to mimic that you're going really fast, but the vehicle's not moving at all. And it just makes loud noises and throws you around. And so basically it is not thrilling at all. It's just, you're just sitting while the screens on either side of you pretend that you're going really fast. It's the worst ride I've ever been on. And I think a lot of people agree with it. But I guess in California, they're making a Fast and Furious roller coaster now, which like, what the hell? I hope we get that like at the other parks. But anyways, it has its own tier because it's so bad. It is so bad. It is so fucking bad. Gringotts is actually really fun. So for reference, it's like a hybrid between a roller coaster and like a dark ride. So Gringotts is pretty fun, but it is a screen ride. But I think the story it's telling is pretty fun, and the ride itself is actually like decently thrilling. My favorite way to ride it is all the way in the back row because you get the highest up for the first drop. I think it's pretty fun. It's like a good, like, if people don't like roller coasters, this is a good way to get them to like roller coasters. Worth waiting for because I think it is. I think it's really good. I've waited a long time for this before and I was okay. Hagrid's Motorbike is one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. It's super like technologically advanced and really cool. This one's really fun. This one's like really, really fun. And I recommend people ride this. I would put this in... I kind of want to put it on the same tier as Velocicoaster, but I'm going to put it in 5 times as a row because Velocicoaster is still better than this to me. So this is going to be, I would ride this 5 times in a row. This ride is so good. It's my favorite roller coaster. Like, until Velocicoaster came out, it was my favorite roller coaster. Hiccup's Wing Gliders is a new one. This one is from Epic Universe. It was actually really fun. If you ever make it to Epic Universe, I super recommend it. The wait was not very long, and it was not like, I thought it would be shorter than it was. I thought it was a kid's roller coaster, and then I rode it, and I was like, oh no, this is actually like a roller coaster. It goes pretty fast, but like it's smooth, and it's not like super intense. And it was thrilling in a way that wasn't extremely... Actually, I'm putting this up here because I have a different one I'm going to put here that I like this one better than the one I'm going to put here. It's really similar to Hagrid's in that it's like smooth, and it's the perfect balance of like speed and intensity without being so intense that you're gonna like throw up after you get off of it. Like it was like the perfect amount of intensity for me. I really liked it. Okay, Flight of the Hippogriff. This one's a roller coaster at Islands of Adventure. It's like right next to Hagrid's roller coaster. This one is a kid's coaster. It's really short, but it's actually pretty fun. I want to put it in... I don't think it's always worth waiting for though, because the line is like, sometimes this one gets really long and the ride is pretty brief. I'm going to put it in Ride Broke Down, but they gave me an Express Pass. This one doesn't actually have much downtime. I think that it's not quite as good or quite as worth the wait as these two, just because it's really short. It's a very, very short ride. But it is fun. / too long, didn't ride. So this one is Forbidden Journey. This is the ride that's in the castle. It's a dark ride, so it's all screens, and you're on like a ride vehicle that's on an arm. So the arm is moving you around, and it kind of can like make you like wiggle and stuff like that, and it like moves you forward and mimics movement. I'm in between putting this in AC is great or Ride Broke Down, but they gave me an Express Pass because it breaks down a lot. And it's also not, I don't think it's worth waiting for most of the time because it's pretty like, they don't keep it super taken care of. Like the audio gets out of sync with the visuals quite a lot, and I think it breaks down a lot. So I want to put Ride Breakdown, but they gave me an Express Pass. But I don't think they actually... This one I've never been given an Express Pass when it broke down before though, but it does break down a lot. When I was 10 years old, I rode this and we waited 3 hours for it. And when I was 10, yeah, it was great. But looking back, I would never wait 3 hours for this again. I will say though, most days it caps out at about 95 minutes, but I still would not spend 95 minutes of my time waiting for this ride. The queue is phenomenal. Going through the queue is like beautiful. It's great. It's really, really immersive, but it's not worth waiting 95 minutes for the ride. Hulk is worth waiting for depending on the person. I would never ride it 5 times in a row though, because it gives me like really bad headaches and it makes me pass out a lot because it's really rough. It throws you around like a fuck ton. It's really rough, but it is super thrilling and I do ride it frequently. I just don't ride it as frequently as other rides. I would put worth waiting for most people. I do think it's better than these two, and I think most people would want to wait for it. So I'm putting in worth waiting for. Jimmy Fallon, AC is great. This ride is not that fun, but it's so cold in here because it's supposed to be taking place in like New York when it's cold out. It blows really cold air on you because you're supposed to be racing through New York streets like at night. It's amazing. Jurassic Water Ride. The Jurassic Water Ride. This one is a boat ride that takes you through Jurassic Park and it has a really big drop on the end. I think it's fun, but I'm putting it in okay. Jurassic's Water Ride, I would put in TLDR because it does break down a lot and the line is usually pretty long and I just think it's not that worth it. Like, it's fun to ride here and there. I've ridden it maybe twice ever. It's not bad, but not super worth it for me. Kong is like King Kong, and this one is, I waited 90 minutes for this because the line is always really long. It breaks down a lot too, but it's not as good. It's not better than these rides in my opinion. I wait 90 minutes for it and then it's not good. It's kind of similar to Fast and Furious, but it is better than Fast and Furious. But like, not that much actually happens, and it's not that good. If I was like held at gunpoint and told which ride to ride, I would say Kong. Okay, Mario Kart. It was not fun. It's not fun. It's just not fun. It's just not fun. I don't know what else to say about it except that it's not fun and I was disappointed and I will continue to be disappointed. Men in Black. I would ride this 5 times in a row. I fucking love the Men in Black ride. You're shooting aliens and it goes faster than Mario Kart does, which is crazy to me. The ride is phenomenal. It's super fun. I would like always recommend people ride it. Minion Mayhem. I'm going to say AC is great for Minion Mayhem because it's actually not that bad of a ride, but it's not better than any of these. Well, actually, I'm going to stick it up here. I think it's too long didn't ride. I probably wouldn't wait for it, but the times that I have ridden it, it's pretty fun and the AC is good. Battle at the Ministry. This was the most overhyped fucking ride that I've ever seen in my life. It's going in ride broke down, but they gave me an express pass because ride broke down and they gave me an express pass. So I get the accessibility card, which means I have a neurological disorder that makes me pass out. Whatever. But so I go to the line and I give them this card and they write a return time for me. So when I went, it was noon and they gave me a return time for 2:15 because the queue time was like 180 minutes. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll see you at 2:15. So it's noon. Remember, it's noon when I get here. So I start doing some other stuff and I eventually make it through my 2 hour and plus wait time. And then I get back to the queue for Battle at the Ministry and it's like 2:10. And then they're like, oh, sorry, we're experiencing an extended delay. It just shut down. We don't know when it's going to reopen, but here's an express pass so that when it reopens later, you can come back. I didn't ride it until 6 p.m. I tried to ride it at noon and I didn't ride it until 6 p.m. And so at 6 o'clock, I finally get on the ride with the express pass and the express line is backed up all the way to the front. And when I tell you, this is the longest express line I've ever walked through in my life. And I was like, this is awful. I was literally like, I was with people and they were like, are you good? Because I was actively like passing out in the line. It was so hot. I didn't get off that ride until like after 7 p.m. because the express line alone took like 45 minutes. And while we were in line, it broke down 2 more times. So, TLDR, too long, didn't ride. Ride broke down, but they gave me an express pass. I did end up riding it. It was pretty fun. I just would never wait as long as that line gets because there are people that waited 5 hours in line. Like the day before I went, it opened for standby queue because previously it was a virtual queue. They opened it for standby queue And it was 5 hours, and people waited 5 hours to ride this. This ride is not worth a 5-hour wait. It's like worth maybe max 1 hour. Monsters Unchained. The people I were with said this one's like S tier, but I'm like, it's not really for me. I think it's worth waiting for, but consider, I'm gonna put this in worth waiting for, but consider this. I did wait like many hours for this as well, because when I went to get a return time for it, it was delayed for hours. It was delayed for just as long as Ministry, so it was literally delayed for 6 hours. Mummy. I'm putting Mummy in worth waiting for ahead of all of these. It is my favorite inside roller coaster, so it beats Gringotts. But I wouldn't ride it 5 times in a row, just because I think it's only worth waiting for like once or twice in a day, because the queue does get pretty long. And while the queue is relatively immersive and not like particularly boring, there is like moments in the queue where it's like, you're just kind of in a dark room watching a TV talk about the Mummy. So I think it's really fun. It's a really fun inside roller coaster, but I would probably only ride it like once a day, unless I had expressed to skip the queue. Then I would ride it maybe 2 or 3 times. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. This is another ride in Dr. Seuss land. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put this in AC is great, even though there's actually no AC on it. But it splashes water on you, so it's really refreshing on hot days. So I think it's like a refreshing, chill ride if you don't want to ride something crazy. And then you have Popeyes. Popeyes Barges is a water ride. It's pretty fun, but you get absolutely fucking soaked. I rode this and I came out as wet as a dog. This is also going to be AC is great. Even though there's no AC, I think the water accounts for that, and it cools you off, so it's good to cool off. Pterodon Flyers is going in. Okay, I'm putting it in Fast and Furious. The reason I don't get to ride it. You can't ride Pterodon Flyers unless you have a child with you, or you are a child. So I've never been able to ride it before, and I want to. It's just like you're like sitting on these like swing-like chairs, and it just like takes you around and above the park. But I've never been able to ride it because I don't have a child and I'm not a child. Rip Ride is closing. I thought it was closed already. I was wrong. It closes in September. I want to say I don't know if it's worth waiting for. I'm going to put it in worth waiting for. The reason I say I don't know is because the queue time is sometimes up to like 3 hours, and there's no AC and there's barely any shade. So that line is so hot. It's fun. It gives me a headache and it makes me pass out. But I like it better than Hulk, so I'm putting it above Hulk. Ripsaw is another water ride. Ripsaw, I like it better than Popeyes, but I'm going to put it in TLDR because I think I usually don't ride it because the line's pretty long. Seuss Trolley is a really good way to like sit down and chill. And so I think it's worth waiting for. There's no AC and there's not water to like cool you down, but it's still nice if you've been walking around a lot. I like to ride this at the very end of the day before I go home, so that I have like chill time to just like think, and I can just chit chat with whoever I'm riding with and talk about our day at the park. And so I think it's fun for that reason. The Simpson ride. I waited 90 minutes for this. It's not fun. It makes me nauseous. The wait is really long and you spend most of the wait outside in the heat and it feels like shit. Spider-Man. Let me think. I think Too Long didn't ride, and the reason, I'm gonna put it like towards the top though. The reason is because I have Transformers here, and I'll go into this in a second. But Spider-Man and Transformers are the same ride, but just redone. The Transformer one is better. Stardust Racers is the new roller coaster that's kind of supposed to be like reminiscent of Dueling Dragons. Dueling Dragons it used to exist at Universal Islands of Adventures, and then it got replaced by Hagrid's Motorbike. But it was 2 roller coasters that went at the same time for a while, and then they stopped sending them at the same time. But they went at the same time, and it was supposed to be 2 Dueling Dragons. Stardust Racers is 2 vehicles, and they're racing. I think I want to put it in worth waiting for, but I would not ride it 5 times. All of these roller coasters are fun, but they're just not as fun as like Hagrid's or Hiccups to me because the balance is off. Stardust Racers, while smooth, is less smooth than Hiccups to me. It's fast, it's really intense, and I had fun, but I think the intensity is too much for the average person that's not like a huge roller coaster fan. So I wouldn't ride it 5 times in a row. A lot of people said that it's better than Velocicoaster. I disagree. I disagree heavily. Velocicoaster is way more fun. Velocicoaster is the perfect balance. Storm Force accelerators. This is like the teacups at Disney, but it's more intense. I want to put it in Too Long Didn't Ride because it's not bad. It's a better ride than these. It's more fun and more thrilling, I think, but I just usually don't wait for it. Transformers. So, my tangent about Spider-Man. I'm putting this above Spider-Man because it's more fun than Spider-Man, even though they're basically the same ride. The theming is better. The actual experience is better. And I just tend to have more fun on it than Spider-Man, so I think it's worth waiting for. I think Transformers is like a great indoor dark ride. I probably wouldn't ride it 5 times in a row. Twirl and Whirl is like similar to One Fish, Two Fish. I want to put it in, I waited 90 minutes for this though because it's much hotter because there's no water and it's not that fun. It's good if you have a kid. Like, it's a good kid ride. I just probably would not recommend it. This is my baby, Velocicoaster tier. It's the best ride. It's the best roller coaster I've been on in my life. It is the perfect balance of speed, thrill, smoothness. It's so good. I would ride it 10 million times in a row. Everyone that said Stardust is better is wrong. Velocicoaster is a perfect roller coaster. I forget what the ride is called, but just the Yoshi ride at Mario. I'm putting in I waited 90 minutes for this. It's actually usually not that long of a queue, but it's better than Fast and Furious. Yoshi's fun, but Yoshi's not that fun, so I just wouldn't put it any higher than this because I just wouldn't wait for it. But it's not better than these because there's no AC, so AC's not great. It's pretty hot. It's not that fun. It's cute to sit on and chill, but like it's not that fun. So that's my tier list. That's my tier list of all of the rides. Thanks so much for coming in and hanging out and supporting me today. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.